half pound of meat, really good. Now over here we have our Sea Mart. Now, how many of you have watched The Proposal? Okay, The Proposal, it was a movie that took place in Sitka, supposedly. So you know how there's like that one family that supposedly owns most of Sitka? Well, we do have a family, and it's actually the Hames family. They own that Sea Mart as well as a lot of other buildings here. Now, just in case you're wondering, no, The Proposal was not filmed entirely here. In fact, there's only one scene of The Proposal that was filmed in Sitka, and that was at the airport. Everything else was in Boston. So yeah. But the part about the eagle stealing your dogs, that's real. Happens all the time. You gotta be very careful when you're walking Fifi because the bald eagle will come looking for a snack. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Yeah, see over in, it's either the bald eagles or the bears. Over in Juneau, how many of you got to go over to the glacier? Oh, or to the glacier, to whale watching or wherever. On the way back, you pass by the McDonald's and then a Petco, right?
Right.
And so that Petco specializes in two types of pets. They specialize in large dogs and bear chow. So pretty much anything that's not a dog, you got to keep an eye on because you never know. But yeah, over here on the left-hand side, we have the Pacific Ocean. Over in Juneau, we have the Gatineau Channel, which is seawater. But here, we are on the ocean, like ocean. And so as a result, we do not get any snow here in Sitka. It barely gets cold enough for water to freeze, about 29 degrees or so. So it stays relatively warm. Well, I mean, if you could call that warm. But we get lots of rain. Tons and tons of rains, about 100 inches of rain every year. And it rains about 240 days out of the entire year it rains. So days like this are very rare, and that's why we say you're really lucky. Because normally it's not like this. Not at all. But we like it. We're not complaining. Actually, this is the kind of day where you just want to, when you wake up to go to work, you just want to call in sick, you know? Because, I mean, look at that. That's just amazing. You want to go hike some mountains and stuff. We got plenty of those. Can't really go for much of a drive. We only have about 14 miles of road on this whole island. So, but if you want to go for a boat ride, yeah, you got plenty of ocean for that. No problem there. And so right now, I mentioned we're not on Sitka, or we're in Sitka, but this island's not Sitka. This is actually Baranov Island. There was actually a statue of him in front of Centennial Hall, Alexander Baranov. He was the first Russian governor. He came here in 1799, wanted to start the fur trade. Plenty of bear and, bear, there was seals, there was otters and beavers, and so they were really happy. Plenty of fur. But the Tlingits, they weren't too happy, and so there was a couple fights and everything. But the Russian Orthodox Church really helped them to establish a good relationship. Especially Bishop, Vivanov, who later became known as Saint Innocent. And so his house, it was in over there in downtown. It was that big yellow house. Now over there, barely peeking over the mountains, was Mount Edgecombe. Probably should have pointed that out earlier. It's really cool. It's one of our dormant volcanoes. For kicks and giggles, you should look out Mount Edgecombe April Fool's Day prank. Okay? That mountain back there, it's now on the other side of this island back there on the left. One of the locals, Porky B, he had a friend fly up a couple hundred rubber tires up there. And then they set them on fire. And so everybody woke up April Fool's Day to see that Mount Edgecombe was all of a sudden active. And so naturally they called the fire department and the police department. Now luckily Porky had told them beforehand what he was going to do. I mean, he had to apologize for all the phone calls they were going to get. And so, but he forgot to tell the Coast Guard. And so the Coast Guard, they had their helicopters all over there. They found the pile of tires. They found April Fools right there in the snow. Yeah, they didn't do anything. Everybody knew he was a joker. But yeah, afterward though, 6 years after that, that was when Mount St. Helens actually erupted. And so everybody, well, Porky B basically got hundreds of calls telling him that he had gone too far that time. Alright, and now we're back at the ship. Hope you enjoy the rest of your cruise, the rest of your time here in Alaska. Make the most of it. It really is beautiful and wonderful. Don't forget it. Alrighty, so as soon as we get everyone safely off, I'll make sure to help you down.